Go up some. That's too much. Barely moving it. It's staying dark. It's all right.
Welcome everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming. I like seeing a full crowd. So, Erica, are they bringing in chairs? Yeah, they're bringing in chairs. All right. For those of you guys that don't know, my name's Alicia Geck. I'm an Ambassador Diamond, and guys, I'm really excited for tonight and super excited for August. So we're not going to take too much of the time giving an introduction, but I do want these ladies to introduce themselves. I'm Chrissy Mueller. I'm a triple diamond. I'm excited about August as well. How many of you are excited about this $5,000 high five bonus? How many of you are going to claim this $5,000 high five bonus? There we go.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Burnley. I'm a double diamond, and I am really excited about today's training. Hi guys, I'm Erica Holmeyer. I'm a presidential diamond. I'm really not going to add anything else to that because I get to the next panel, so I'll hopefully keep saying that. Jessica Sindler, presidential diamond. We're in visiting, so thank you guys for opening up your training to us.
We love having you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we enjoy you having us. So my name is Rebecca Sarman, and I'm a triple diamond. So yeah, we're excited to be here tonight. Everybody that's here, we can't wait to share everything with you.
All right, one more. Oh, sorry. I came to the wrong end.
Patty Michael, and I am a double diamond, and I'm very excited to be visiting here also.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, ladies. All right, so we have, like we said, we're really excited for tonight, ready to share tips and advice. And one of the biggest things is to share inspiring stories with you guys. So we're going to start out on a success panel. So we're going to start out with Erica. She is going to run our first success panel, and this is going to be executives and rubies. So I have Dee. Come on up. She is a new ruby, and then I have Sarah. She's a new executive, and then I have Carly and Megan, which are both also new rubies. So come on up.
Whatever you want. Yeah, you can get up higher. If you want to stand, if you feel more comfortable, you can stand. But I'm going to make you round your whole speech then. Oh, okay. Hey guys, before we get started, if you're connected to the Wi-Fi here, can you just check your phones to make sure that it's not connected? Because it interferes with our live feed. So just if you could turn your Wi-Fi off for the time being. So, okay. Hi guys. So this is fun. I get my own little panel here, and I promise not to harass you or make you rap. But I do want to talk about a little bit about your stories of like how you got here, what maybe interests you in this business to begin with, and maybe how long your journey was to Ruby. So I'm not going to expect you to remember all that. So I'm going to pass the microphone down, and I'm going to let each of you guys just kind of talk about your name, where you're from, and how long you've been a part of it works. And then add to how long it took you to go Ruby, or executive, or whatever. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Dee Softner. I was introduced to It Works by my granddaughter, Samantha Shepherd. And I've been in this business, this month will be 1 year.
Hey, awesome. My name is Megan Clark. I live down in Cape Girardeau, and I joined at, I guess, the end of March, and I went Ruby in my first 2 months. So I got a $1,000 Ruby bonus.
I'm Sarah Yoder. This is my second full month, so I started mid-June, and I'll be Ruby this month. I'm like 300 volume away from Ruby, so. And I started following Lauren Murphy for like way too long, like a few months, and then I finally decided to join.
I'm Carly Collins, and I followed my enroller for months as well. And I enrolled at the end of February, and it took me about 4 months to go Ruby.
Awesome. So one of the
things that I love about this panel, and I'm going to stand because I don't do well sitting and my ADD sets in, but one of the things I love, if you all pay attention to this, is everyone has a different route to go Ruby. Okay, and while we are all gunning for the bonus, right? That's always the first thing that maybe we want or we're chasing after. It's not something that we quit if we didn't maybe do it in our first 60 days. I was the same way. It took me 4 months to go Ruby. So don't think if you are past your first 2 full months and you're past your bonus window that you can't still be a part of the leadership within this team because you didn't hit that bonus. Wow, that's still really great. Not to underestimate how exciting the bonus is. But I think that's a really big point that maybe sometimes our new distributors get a little discouraged on. So you are fine. You're totally fine. I'm just glad someone else is doing that and it's not me this time. So, okay, so one of the things I want to ask you guys is, and I really should have prepared better for this right now. One of the things I want to ask you guys is what is something that looks like, what's your day-to-day look like? Your team, how are you involved with your team? You know, when you wake up and say, I'm going to work at Works today, what does that look like for someone going Ruby or Ruby?
Well, I try to talk to my team on a daily basis. I'm always, texting them or calling them, or I have a little team page, and just talk.
You just kind of keep in touch.
Right.
I would say I think that's still kind of evolving, after only a couple months, but I mean, it's just kind of constantly, hey, do you have any questions? Who are you reaching out to today? We try to kind of share success stories and tips and different scripts, and we have a pretty big group outside of just my team too that we all kind of use as resources, and so it's just kind of every day is different, whether it's you deciding to blitz, 5 new people today, or just getting out and just sending those messages. I've noticed when I do like the power hours, or I actually send the messages when I get the most in return. People will see what you're putting on Facebook, but they're not going to necessarily always reach out to you.
Love that.
My goal every night before I go to bed is I try to make a list of my goals for the next day. So like how many posts I'm going to post on Facebook, what posts I'm going to post, stuff like that. And then I'll usually like have a target number of how many people I'm going to message just out of my 100s list or any potentials that I have. And then, like they said, just talking to my team every day is important, and just giving them the encouragement they need and just having any or answering any questions that they have.
Awesome. Love that.
Well, I work a full-time job, like I'm sure a lot of you guys do, and I'm also an office manager, so I'm constantly like at work. People just yapping at me. I don't really have a lot of time, but so I really have to plan out my day. Like I have to wake up. I know I'm going to post this between like 8 and 9, and then then I have to buffer some of my posts because I'm working. And then at lunch is when I'm like my big power hour. I post, I schedule, I message. And then whenever I get home after my husband falls asleep, I'm messaging and I'm posting, I'm doing self-development, I'm doing all sorts of stuff. And then, Megan and I are really lucky. We have a very involved team, sideline team, upline team that we're constantly talking every day. We're constantly in communication and helping each other out. And that's been a huge factor, and I know both of our successes.
Oh, I love that. That's a good one too. Okay. So yeah, I agree. I think sidelines, and we talk about this a lot. Ashley, Christy, Alicia's my upline, but she's really like my sideline sister too. Kind of makes a full circle. But that's a huge aspect to going Ruby and to going executive and diamond and beyond, because Ruby, for many of you, and executive, it's kind of your first leadership role. You kind of feel like you got a team. You're really kind of working with them. So I love that. Okay, so last thing I want to ask you guys is, what is one tip that you would maybe have given yourself? Maybe when you're a brand new distributor, or a tip that you would give a brand new distributor today to make executive or Ruby happen.
My tip is don't sit and do nothing. I sat for probably 9 months. Got lots of customers, no distributors. So, and then it finally clicked one day. I was probably one of the team pages. It's like, oh crap. This is what I should be doing. So yeah, don't sit on your butt. Just get out and make it happen.
I love it. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
So we say this quote a lot, and my favorite is, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. And I think that's so true. I'm somebody who I'm very outgoing, but I also like to know the answer to every single question somebody could ask me. And I think it is, you just have to get out there and start talking about it. And I think as long as you're excited, and if you don't know the answer to a question, say, hey, I'll get right back to you. Like, don't be afraid to not know everything. People are excited if you're excited, and that reads, or that speaks volumes. So that's what I would say. Just get out there and do it and talk about it.
Love it. I was gonna say, just to be confident, everyone's gonna have days where you're just gonna be down and just not feeling the best about the business, but just be consistent with your posting still. Just realize that people are still watching you and all of your posts, and have a launch party. When I sign my distributors, I like to, that night that I sign them, I like to schedule their launch party for like the next week. And I was not confident in mine. I didn't think anyone was going to show up, and they did. And 2 people became distributors that night that I had no idea that they were even interested. So those were my first 2 distributors in 1 week. So love it. Be confident.
Gosh, I have like a list of things. Talk to everybody. Like, don't be afraid of no's, because that's like, whenever I got no's, I was like, oh, I suck at this, but you can't be afraid of that, because I've had people that have told me no that then message me like 2 months later and are like, hey, so about that system, and you're like, oh, okay. And then don't prejudge people. Like, that's one of my biggest things that I'm working on, is just judging people, thinking, well, they're not going to want this. And then, somebody will surprise you, and somebody that you thought wouldn't want it does. And just because, and I took that from them by prejudging them. So.
Love that. Love that. Awesome, guys. Okay. If you don't, I will make you stand, but raise your hand if you are at a distributor rank you've never promoted in the company. Okay, so there's a lot of room for you to be up here next month. So you can do it. You can go executive, you can go Ruby. Everything, you have to start somewhere, right? So if you're a distributor, these are normal girls, right? I think they're pretty normal. You can do this, okay? There is no, and what I love about it too, and is there's all different ages. Look around, there's all different ages here. There's all different shapes and sizes. There's all different family sizes, things like that. It doesn't matter. There's still success to be found. So, for distributors to be up here next weekend or next month. So, all right, let's give me a big round of hand for Alrighty. Who is taking the next panel? Okay, Miss Alicia.
Look, clearly one of us does notes, one of us is like, so what do you guys want to talk about?
Said that we were super excited about August, and I'm not kidding. Like, for how long would we say? I'd say for a few months. I just felt like we were on the cusp of something really, really big. And August 1st came around. I'm like, holy cow, here it is. So we're really excited about this. So who is excited about the $5,000 high-five bonus? It's huge. Now, what I want to know is if you are, please stand up. Okay, awesome. Now, are you rubies going after this high-five bonus?
Yes.
Awesome. Good. You guys can go ahead and sit down. Who are emeralds in the house? 2 of you. You better be getting that high-five bonus. All right, now I have some diamonds in the house, diamonds and doubles. Go ahead and stand up. Yay! All right, none of you guys know this, but I'm inviting a few of you up. So I need Kristen, I need Sonia, I need Kylie, and I need Crystal. And Michelle. Sorry. Nope, you're not. Each of you take a seat. No, I'm gonna stand. Okay, guys, we have some diamonds and doubles. Now, all of you are shooting for the high-five bonus. Do you want to know how to make that happen this month? They're gonna tell you. They're gonna give you a little bit of insight. Can you see you on the live feed? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have them introduce themselves. They're gonna tell you a little bit about their story, and then they're gonna give you some tips and advice on how to make that happen. Sorry, didn't give you guys any heads up.
The wrong seat. I am Sonia Michael, double diamond. And okay, a little bit my story.
Yep, just
Okay.
when you started and a little bit about your story.
Okay, I started in November of 2011. I went double diamond in 5 months. The same month I went double diamond, I found out I was pregnant. Surprise! I really partied my way to double. Oh my gosh, I had never done anything like this in my life. I've never done network marketing before. Had no idea what I was doing. So ignorance on fire for sure. My sponsor had to hold my hand. Like I would be like, okay, I did this. Now what do I do? I did this. Now what do I do? And just step by step got there. Like I said, partying for sure. My list of 100. So I mean, that list was like so tattered and torn and folded up and shoved in my purse, and just I carried it with me everywhere I went. I got very, very plugged into my team. My upline, my downline, we were just all together partying. So pretty much like how I went double diamond. I mean, really just partying and working my list. And I mean, I remember my first, it was probably my second month, and my paycheck was, you know, like nothing, like not very much money. And my husband's like, why are you doing this? You're doing all this work. And look at that paycheck. That is not worth it. And I don't know why I was doing it. I'm like, I just have a feeling, like, I just think that this is going to blow up. And then we got the comma in the check, and it was our business. You'll hear everybody say that. Then all of a sudden he's like, can you order me a shirt? And I'll take some Blitz cards. And then all of a sudden it's all good in the hood. But I just remember those nights because he would be going to bed, and it would be 1 in the morning, and I was still on my computer. I was still messaging people. I was still answering messages. It just was like I had to make myself shut it off and even sleep a few hours. So it was just craziness. And, you know, I don't think that you can work your business like that long term over a long period of time, but you need to push yourself during these times to get there, and you'll sleep later. It'll be fine.
My name is Michelle Albright, and I'm a diamond, and I joined, this month is 1 year for me. So I joined in August. I did hit the Ruby bonus, and then I hit the holidays, and everybody said, oh, this is a really slow season, which I've now found is not true, is not a slow season. But so I didn't feel like I pushed as hard then as I should have. And then went to conference in February, and they offered the good bonuses, the double good bonuses, and I went diamond in March. So, and just like she said, you know, that 100 list is so important. Fill it out. When you filled it all out and you contacted those, make another one. You know, they're in your e-suite, just print another one and make another 100 list. And if you go through all that one, then you make a third one. One thing that I've not been really good about that I've recently started is I'm really a chicken about blitzing. And now that I've done it, it's so much easier than you think it is. So just get over yourself and do it. You know, I mean, I know Pam Saturday does that all the time, but truly it is. You know, I mean, I went to get a soda the other day and just asked, you know, the lady that served it, hey, have you ever heard of that? Or can I give you a coupon? You know, that was the line that I gave her. And she was like, sure. And so it started the conversation. And the receptionist at the chiropractor said, oh, I'm really not interested. Like, she was afraid to tell me no. And I was like, no's a perfectly good answer. I do get that. It's okay. You know,
She's still alive.
Had a
You're alive.
conversation. I am.
You're breathing.
I am. And I still added her on Facebook because I continued that conversation. I continued to talk to her. She told me about her granddaughter, and I just said, oh my gosh, are you on Facebook? I love to see baby pictures. Sure, no problem, I'll add you. And she added me on Facebook. So now she's one more prospect. She will see my posts. She will continue to see what I'm doing, and eventually she'll sign.
Sorry, I didn't give you much notice.
No, it's okay. I'm just scatterbrained right now. I'm Kristen Warmbroad. I started with It Works in October of 2014. I met Rebecca at a cancer benefit and didn't know what a wrap was, didn't know what network marketing was. But I was like, all right, this sounds awesome. I need to be making more money than I am, so I'm gonna just give it a go, and got good results and just started sharing, and every product that I was able to try after that I loved, and just would tell everybody who would listen about them. So I've always been one of those people who doesn't know strangers, so I'll talk to anybody who will listen to me. So Rebecca really encouraged me to go to conference when I was pretty much brand new. And so I went to conference a couple months in. We drove down there with her newborn baby in in January. And I went diamond, what was that, April, like 5 months in, I think. And then I went double diamond in February this past year after conference. So conference is huge. I can't stress enough like how amazing conferences are getting people excited and getting to pick people's brains. It's just really cool because you can hear things from so many different people. Like you can hear stuff from your offline a million times, and sometimes you'll listen and sometimes you won't because you've heard it a million times. But it's kind of cool to hear stuff from like all of these other people and all these other ways, and you know, one thing that worked for somebody else might really click with you, or you know, make sense, and you're like, oh, I never thought of that way. So yeah, conference, huge deal. Sharing with everybody. I don't ever feel like there's anybody I'm not going to talk to about it. I'm like, whatever, I'm going to talk to you. If you're sitting here doing this, I'm going to give you relief out of my purse. If you're telling me you're stressed out, I'm going to give you some confianza. So I love keeping things on me, and just there's always people are talking about stuff every single day. That's like a cue. All right, you need this. So answer.
Yes, that's perfect.
I'm Kylie. I am a double diamond. I was never going to join this business as a distributor. I was going to join as a local customer with my friend Megan, who did it. And then I found out I was pregnant at 20 weeks, and then I had my daughter at 30 weeks. So like for one hot minute, I knew I was pregnant. And I had a 2-pound little girl that came with a lot of hospital debt. And Megan came to me and she said, "You need this." And I was like, "I don't know what it is, but I'm in." And I joined, and I went executive in 2 days. And then a few months later, I went diamond. And then on my 1-year mark, I went double diamond. And it's whenever you find something that your why has to be bigger than any other thing else, like in your life. Like find your why and like fight for it. That's, mine was my 2-pound little girl, and we went after it. I earned $40,000 in bonuses, so this business saved us. So.
Yeah, thanks for the prep.
I'm like, okay.
I'm
5
still
seconds.
like, oh, I'm sitting up here and I'm supposed to be talking. I'm listening, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm next.
You're
Right.
next, yeah.
I'm Crystal Geck. I'm a diamond. I hit diamond last March. Earned a $20,000 good bonus. Definitely life-changing. I don't know what to talk about.
Neither am I.
I'm sorry, seriously, this brain is like, it's gone. Okay, so I wanna share that time period, because I feel like that's what you all need to hear right now. I went to conference and by the way, I'll be in the business for 4 years and next week. So last year at conference, so 2015, I went to conference on the downhill slope of a business falling apart, I guess I could say. The summer before, I was boxed in for diamond, and I went to conference, paid as executive, making like $140. Went to conference telling these girls, something's got to change. Like, I need this. I knew I needed conference, and I went. And of course, I cried a whole lot, and then they announced these $20,000 good bonuses, and I knew that it had to happen. So you figure that was mid-January. I don't remember the rest of January. Don't know where I ended that month, but I did it in March, hitting Emerald, and I ended, February. February I hit Emerald and Diamond in March. So I went from executive, nothing but executive at conference. And in 2 months, I went diamond. And that, I think, is what you guys need to hear, is that you can be in this business and you can do it. And you can be in this business for a long freaking time and nothing happen, or things happen and things, not whatever, and not go diamond and then decide that it's your time. And I know we're ticking away at August, but you guys all have that opportunity to do it. And I told a lot of my team, and I don't know who's on. I know we got two join teams here, but something that I talked about this past week on our big team page is that, so what if you don't go diamond? Okay, yes. You want to go diamond this month, and we all want to go diamond this month. But what if you just decided this month that you were just going to go all out? Didn't matter where you ended the month, but you were going to give every ounce of you this month. What if you're executive right now, or what if you're a distributor now and you end the month at Ruby? Or what if you end this month at Emerald? Aren't you a hell of a lot better than you ended last month? Think about it in that fashion. Use this as a push. Because guess what? If you shoot for the stars and you hit diamond and you earn that $5,000 bonus, that's pretty freaking good. But if not, you're much, much closer. And, you know, we never know what corporate's going to do. What if this comes back next month? And what if you sat all this month? But what if you didn't? And think about how much closer you could be for next month. Because I always put it out there that it's, you know, you got to keep going for it. And that's, you know, that's my tip for you.
Okay, who out there is in agreement with me when I say that you have something at your fingertips that can completely change your life? Okay? I would say the majority of the room raised their hands. But I'm going to say every single one of these girls can tell you and will vouch to say that It Works Global has changed their life. Right?
Change the person.
Yes. Okay.
Completely.
One thing that every single one of these girls have in common is they didn't quit. They probably wanted to. They probably hit some speed bumps, probably had some hurdles, but you looking at them, you think they're diamonds, they're doubles, it's sunshine and rainbows, but it's not always. They had sacrifices, and they worked really, really hard to make this happen. So I want you guys to offer a tip to all of these girls out there, ladies and gentlemen, there's a couple of gentlemen, that will help them when it comes to those tough times, okay? Because you're gonna hit speed bumps, you're gonna hit those hurdles, and you might want to quit, but what's that gonna prove, okay? You have something at your fingertips that can change your life. So they're gonna offer you guys some tips to make that happen.
I am a professional in this area. I started in 2011, I'm still a double diamond. I'm gunning for that triple. I've hit a lot of speed bumps. I had a baby, and I see the people that have babies and then push really hard and promote. I'm like, I love you, I admire you, because I like, you know, it's hard. But in the hardest times, my tip is get plugged in. It can be hard sometimes in the business, and if you're trying to do it by yourself and you're not plugged into meetings like this and sidelines, uplines, downlines, just people in the business to help lift you up when you're having those hard times, you're gonna feel very alone, you're gonna feel very isolated, and you're going to want to quit. Don't compare yourself to somebody else's journey. Don't see somebody else, you know, pushing along that started around the same time as you and you're going through a rough patch. Just get plugged in and keep going, because it doesn't matter. How long will you work this business to make $10,000 a month? You know, people get in and they don't do it in, you know, 6 months, a year, 2 years, they want to quit, but I mean, it's just too good of an opportunity. So get plugged in, really truly get plugged in with your team, or even sideline teams, whatever, you know, whoever you get plugged in with and connect with, and feed off of each other's energy and just run.
I agree with that. One of the things that I was going to say was, I was watching a Periscope or YouTube or something, and that's what they said, you know, in 3 years from now, you may still be working at the job you're working at today, but you could have paid off 5 credit cards, or you could have taken a vacation every year that you couldn't take before. So 3 years is going to pass, whether you do this business or not. So what do you have to lose by doing this business? You know, so just the whole not giving up. There are definitely low times. There are definitely slow times. And one of the struggles that I had was negativity from other people for events that you're not attending or taking place in, or, you know, attending. So, I mean, like, I didn't miss my kid's birthday or anything to misunderstand, but, you know, just different things that, you know, I chose not to do because I was working towards a promotion. And one thing I said on the way over here to a new distributor that's with me tonight is they're not paying your bills. I know you've all heard that say because they say it all the time, but you really do have to remember what you're fighting for.
I think one of the biggest aha moments that I had probably multiple times, sometimes we need to be reminded of things and get back onto our kick butt push time, was I heard somebody say, stop saying no or take the word no out of your vocabulary, and especially when you're going for a promotion like Diamond, you really have to take that seriously. And that meant for, I'm sure everybody up here, you missed friends' parties, birthday parties. My own birthday is the last day of the month. I can tell you since I've started this business that I don't get a birthday anymore, but it's okay because the rest of the year is worth it. New Year's Eve, I've been sitting in the middle of a New Year's Eve party with 50 charts and people looking at me like I'm freaking crazy. I'm like, I'll drink at midnight. But just taking no out of my vocabulary when it was coming to, I was sitting there and, it wasn't like I'm complaining or anything, but I was like, I really need to go Diamond and get this, good bonus. And I was like, well, you know what? I can't say, all right, I'm not going to drive 3 hours and do that wrap party. I need to drive 3 hours and do that wrap party. And so just saying yes to anything that was an income producing activity, not necessarily saying yes to any fun party that, you're missing out on. But yeah, just anything that can be making you money, any one-on-one meeting or anybody a friend that you really want to talk to about the business that you haven't seen in forever, or, somebody calling every relative or family friend you've ever had in your life and begging them to do a wrap party for you. I've done that all, and parties are a huge way to help you promote fast. I think I did 10 parties the month I went double and the month I went Diamond, so that was helpful.
Okay, so my tip's probably gonna sound kind of weird to some people, but it's don't go for the bonuses. Don't be in this business for the bonuses. Are they nice? Absolutely. I've been a single mom since the day my daughter came home from the hospital. And those bonuses, did they entice me to join? Absolutely. Megan told me that she was about to get a $20,000 bonus, and I'm like, okay, I'm sure. And then I was like, you know what? I trusted her. And that enticed me to join, but that's not why I joined. I know a lot of people see these bonuses that we get, and they're like, ooh, man, this is awesome. I want that. I need that. But don't work your business solely for a bonus. Because if you're fighting for that and say you don't hit the bonus, and then maybe that discourages you, don't ever let that discourage you. Because everything else that comes besides the bonus is 10 times more amazing than that extra money on your paycheck will ever be. Think about all of the lives that you're changing that are helping you get towards, whatever you're working for. You're changing so many lives doing that. You're growing your paycheck regardless. And the bigger the paycheck is going to outweigh, the bonus is only a small portion of your paycheck. So don't just work your business solely for that. Find something bigger to work it for. There are so many lives to change that are going to make your paychecks grow so much bigger than that bonus will. So I know you see a bonus and it's amazing, yes, but don't solely work your business for a bonus. Find something in this business that just sets your soul on fire and go after that, because that ultimately is what's going to make you not only grow in this business, but also grow as a person, because this business has 110% changed me as a person. So don't just work for those bonuses. Work for you, work for your why, and work for the people on your team. Those lives the lives of the people that trusted you to join this business, work for them, work with them, and just go after it for those reasons, not for the dollar sign on that bonus.
I'm at the end of the line.
You had 4 people.
No, I know, but someone took mine. So, okay, so I have to, I know I should have sat down last time I did, and I made mistakes today. So I 110% have to agree with what Tanya said about staying connected, but getting to know people. And I'm not talking about, Alicia because she's your investor, Diamond, or anything like that. I'm talking about the people that you're surrounded with, your team, your direct upline, your sidelines that you see all the time, the person sitting next to you at this event today, really get to know people in this business. And the reason why is because they're the ones that they're gonna keep you in that chair. You find every excuse to walk away from this. Believe me, in 4 years, I have tried to find excuses to walk away from this. But one, can't go to Christmas and sit next to that one. So, it's that accountability. You know, I can't quit this because I have a team that relies on me. I can't quit this because I have an upline that not necessarily relies on me, but I kind of might make them cry a little bit if you know, it's you're so involved in this. You know, you build relationships. Huh? Absolutely. It's you need those people, and you need those people for this business, but you need those people for this life too, because you join this business to make things better. But all the bad crap that you're dealt with in life doesn't just magically go away when you join a business like this. You're still going to have those setbacks. You're going to have relationship problems. You're going to have children problems. You're going to have job problems. You're going to have whatever, life in general, car problems. Let's put it all out there. But I mean, anything and everything can give you an excuse to not work your business. But when those really bad times come in and you want to step away because you're like, life's a little too much, I need a break. No, life's a little too much, and that's why you need this business. Talk about an amazing escape route. And I think for 4, 5, 6 of us up here, I think we can all evenly say that, is that there's been times that this business has been the only way we got through. And I'm not talking the paycheck. I'm talking the people. I'm talking the positivity, the energy, the like-mindedness. So just remember that it's a lot more than just the paycheck that comes with the shirt you're wearing. So
Perfect.
Don't ever let your why become your excuse. Like, there's a reason why you joined this business. Like, mine obviously was for my daughter, but I never once let her become my excuse not to work it. She was my why to work this business. There were times where she's never slept since she was born, but there were times where I was so tired or whatever it was, but I never let her become my reason not to work this business, because she was the reason I joined this business. So never let your why become your excuse. Whatever your why was whenever you joined this business, keep fighting for it. If your why doesn't make you cry, it's not strong enough. Alicia says that, and it's huge.
Okay, guys, I have 5 diamonds or doubles up here. Okay, they've all made this happen. They've all hit the rank. They've all filled their charts. Does anybody? I'm going to take 2 questions. Do anybody have a question on how they made that happen? Anybody have a question for a diamond or a double? Okay. Not that. Sorry.
What are some of the specific things that you did that were different besides messaging or like posting?
Okay, did everybody hear that? If you did something different to make this happen, besides messaging or posting, anybody have anything?
Specifically to schedule parties, as many as I did, I was calling them pamper parties. And I was saying, I'll come do facials, like just do whatever you have, exfoliating peel, like preventive repairage, wow, stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I'll come do a pamper party for you and 4 friends. I think the number 4 freaked people out a lot less. It wasn't this infinite, massive party they had to throw together. Everybody's like, yeah, I know 4 ladies that would come get a facial. It took some of the pressure off of them. They felt like they were getting something. They didn't feel like they were just doing something for me, And then I said, I'll give you your choice of a free product, just let them choose. Like, if they wanted hair, skin, and nails, if they wanted a wrap, whatever it was. It wasn't like I was spending a massive amount of money. It was totally worth what they were doing for me. And some parties, they get 6 people together, but I think when we just say party, they're overwhelmed. They think it's all this pressure. I say, all you have to do, get 4 ladies together for a facial. Don't worry about getting food, cleaning your house. Don't worry about any of that, And I stress to them too, like, even if only 2 people show up, or even if only 1 person comes, please don't cancel. It's not a waste of my time. I still appreciate you doing this for me. And that, because I think we've all had parties where somebody's like, only 1 person's coming, you should probably just not come. And I'm like, what does that tell that, you know, like, you don't want to tell that 1 person, like, what if that 1 person's your rock star, you know, like, don't cancel that party, still go if 1 person comes. So I think letting them know that from the beginning too helps, that I still had parties canceled those months, absolutely. I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't have 1 or 2 or 3 people cancel those parties, but I had a lot better turnout and a lot more people throw together one for me. So that was a specific thing that I did.
A big thing that I did was anytime I talked to anybody in person, whether it was a friend's mom I saw at Walmart or anything like that, I always incorporated something about the business, and they would ask me, and the same thing she did too with facials. I got a lot of the facial products, and I would ask her like, oh hey, because I would have people all the time like, oh my gosh, like, love your makeup. What are you wearing? I'm like, oh, it's my skincare. Actually, like, I'll do free facial for you if you want to have a few friends come over. And facials is a big thing that I did too. But I always, no matter who you're talking to in person, if they give you any kind of doorway to open up something about the business or the products, take it. Because I mean, it didn't matter what it was. It's oh, like, you know, it's like, I love your pants. I'm like, oh, thanks. They're my index leggings. Like, you know, whatever it is. Earlier tonight, whenever we were getting art supplies, lady at the cashier was like, oh my God, I have to ask for this for. I'm like, oh, perfect. I'll tell you. You know, just anytime somebody opens the doorway that you're talking to the person, take it.
When you're trying to promote, when you're really, really doing a push, like everybody should be doing this month, I say don't change anything. Just do a whole lot more of what you've been doing. Don't try to reinvent the wheel that is hopefully working for you already. If you work your business on social media and that is what's working, then just do a lot more of it. Post more, message more, follow more, whatever. If you do parties, do more of them. Just intensify your efforts, because that's what you've been doing. Don't try to make your brain go crazy trying to try new things. This isn't your time to do it. Try that afterwards, or try that, you know, later on. Whatever works for you, do that.
Don't wait for people. Posting out, putting everything out there, and especially your lifestyle. I mean, this is literally my lifestyle. I have my non-knit-work friends that like think they can't hang out with me because they're not in knit-works. Like they joke about it. So it is a lifestyle, but don't wait for people to comment or like. You have to work your list of 100. You have to message people. Challenge yourself to say, okay, I'm going to message 5 people today on my chicken list. People that are on your list that you're scared to reach out to, so you kind of keep shoving them to the bottom of your list. Challenge yourself. I make it a little game sometimes when I don't want to do my chicken list. I'm like, all right, 5 chicken list people today, and message them. You're like, oh, she booked a party. And she was like, sure, no problem. But just make sure that you are taking those actions and not waiting for people to come to you. And then you kind of stole mine, because whenever you're out in public and your friends that see you post all the time, but they never like, they never comment, they never mention a peep about it works. But as soon as you see them in person, they're like, oh yeah, I see you posting all the time. You just got back from Florida. Like if those people aren't already on your list, like get them on your list, because they're watching you, even though you don't know that they're watching you. They're watching. Perfect. One more question. Oh, is it a question?
I'm from another state. And I moved here last October. I just signed last month. And the person, I signed it to Michelle, and we go to the same church, and she's got everybody from our church. So, and they're like, oh, you know, I know, in Illinois, or Missouri, or even. So what say that I should be doing to even get people to talk to me about parties? Because I mean,
So it sounds like your question is, how can I build my network? Right?
Go to a different church.
Person knows that feeling. We go to the same
When I lived here 3 years ago for 3 years. So this is my family church. I love to see
You know what, no matter where you live, you always have to be building your network. Always. I mean, and I see things differently now than I did before it worked, because every single person I talk to, building more friendships.
but I don't know your situation here and what your time is like, but get involved in some groups. What do you like to do? You know, if you like bike riding, then go join a bicycle group. There's a website called meetup.com. So when I first had my son, I was like finding mommy groups and I was trying to get involved, you know, with that. So whatever your interests are, find different groups and try to do meetups. If you can't do meetups in person, then you can go to Facebook and find groups with people that have that interest. If you like to do craft or like to knit, go find some knitting groups and go make relationships and make friends with these people, and then boom, add them to your Facebook.
I've been talking to her for a week, so she's heard all my tips. But there are over 1,000 people in our church, and I have not contacted everyone.
Well, which ones haven't you contacted?
I would say that you just, rather than looking at like scarcity, like you're looking at the church like it's scarcity, and she's talked to everybody, just look at abundance, like everywhere that you are, every place that you walk in, every time you see a face, that's an opportunity. That's somebody you can strike up a conversation with. Adding people on Facebook is a great way to stay in front of them and be, you know, them being conscious of what you're doing without reaching out to them and having like a, oh, do you remember me? I'm that crazy referral. So adding people on social media definitely helps. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're at the grocery store or making copies. Like I signed the manager of the Office Depot as a distributor because he made copies for me before a ride party. So, I mean, I like anywhere and everywhere you go, it's an opportunity. It doesn't matter if I've grabbed a lady at the thrift store that's checking me out. Like it doesn't, you know, everywhere you are, you're constantly meeting people. And I know we all get in those like introverted days, and you know, where we're like, oh, I look like crap. I don't really want to talk to anybody right now. At least that's how I am sometimes. Oh, you're gonna judge me. I'm gonna try to sell you a rep. But you just gotta kind of get over it and be like, you know what? You look like crap some days too, so I'm gonna hand you a coupon.
One of the biggest things I tell people on my team, especially new people, when I'm like, well, everybody in this area already buys, everybody that I know already knows about it. I always tell them, why are you thinking so small? Don't think so small, because social media gives you an endless platform to grow your business on. And you say, you know, you just go to your say, well, wherever you're from before, like you can still do parties for them, and you can do them like, you know, via FaceTime or things like that. you can still have parties for those people that you know out of state. You'll just, you know, you'll have to find a different way to do it. But that still works. You know, I have a girl that I'm talking to on Instagram from Oregon right now that I'm going to do a FaceTime party for. So you can do those things, and you just have to find a different way to go about it if it's not going to be a face-to-face type of thing. So
obviously she stole mine. So I would think about that is you've only been back here for, you know, a smidge of time, but how many people have you met over your lifetime? And how many of those people are you friends with on social media? And if you are not, perfect time to go out there and reconnect with those people. I mean, we even do it now. Like I think of how many people I've reconnected with from high school and college. And, you know, if you've lived in different places, then to me, that's your advantage because she doesn't know those people. So to me, you go out and you work that market with the people that you already know, especially if you're new in the business. I mean, I've been in for 4 years, so I'm still talking to people I know, but I'm building my cold market too. And, you know, if that's an area you want to dabble into already, go for it. But it's you know, like they said, joining, you know, local stuff, local groups and whatnot. But honey, you know a lot of people. You've lived different places. Take advantage of that and connect with those people.
in your eSuite, there is a memory jogger in your documents. If you go into your eSuite, go to documents, there is a memory jogger in there, and it's like a list of just a ton of different, professions and things like that for people that you might not remember that you know, or things like that. And it's a great way to think of people that you might have found the back burner or might not have thought of yet. So.
Right, she doesn't know all the people at your old church.
All right, ladies, you rocked it. Good job. Okay. All right. Now wants to see what our products are capable of doing? We just talked about what the company, business is capable of doing. Let's see some products. So, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties to show you these pictures. You think?
Do I have 3 people coming up here?
Maybe 4.
Oh, I don't know.
It's you, Courtney. So Courtney, come on up. Ashley, Rebecca, and who is? Yeah, Paige.
Yeah.
So these ladies have used our products and have seen amazing results. So hopefully I'm able to show you guys the results, but they're going to talk about what they did, how they felt. You got it? You good?
I got yours.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I just want it
To me?
Yeah, and have them say to your desktop. So just over and cover that.
Okay. All right, well, we're waiting for Ash. Everybody give a big round of applause for all of the people that have been up here supported. And thank you to everybody for diamonds. It's always a little nerve-wracking whenever you're up here for the first time, and especially if you don't get a little bit of a notice. Alicia's really good about that. Yeah. So again, I am Chrissy Mueller. I'm going to be introducing these beautiful ladies and some of their results of our products. How many of you have found at least one product that you absolutely love of ours? If you have not, I highly suggest doing it. That is going to help you a lot. Okay, so we're going to start with Paige. All right, so Paige, you used what?
I used the stretch mark cream and the system.
Use them together.
All right, so Alicia's actually going to pull up her before and after pictures here. So along with the system, what did you do with that as far as like your diet and exercise? Did you just use the system or did you incorporate a good diet and exercise with that as well?
So what I was doing was I had been, I started losing the weight in inches whenever I was working out more. I guess I was working out like 3 to 5 times a week and then eating a lot healthier too.
Okay, so you used, we're going to talk about the system before we talk about the stretch mark cream. How did using that, and did you see the time span that you did it?
It was
3 months, okay, perfect, so 90 days. Good. Okay, how did that make you feel, like over that time period? Like how did that, not only like your like energy, just all around, just how did that make you feel?
I felt a lot better about it. I was taking like multiple naps a day. If any moms are in here, they know that they're tired constantly. So I was taking like 2 to 3 naps a day every time my son was napping, and it just gave me a lot more energy. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt a lot better about myself. My main thing was my energy levels were up a lot.
It's always giving you a lot of energy, right? Okay, so how did this impact your business? Because obviously you have a picture of yourself. You're a product of the product, you're using these products. How did that impact you before you had a before and after picture of yourself versus now, whenever you do?
So it impacted a lot, which I would highly suggest anybody finding a product that they like, and then just kind of getting over yourself and posting your before and afters, because nervous, especially about the stretch mark cream one, which they're going to show in a second. My husband actually got me to even post my pictures because I didn't want to at all, because I was embarrassed at how much I had let myself go. But it really impacted my business in a positive way. I did have people say negative stuff, like always, people are always going to judge you and do that. But I have a lot of people on the fence right now about the system just from seeing my pictures. And I try to post it at least once a week because I know only certain people are seeing your stuff that you post on Facebook a day. So I've had probably 10 different women reach out to me about the system in general. My aunt signed up when she saw my pictures and she lost 45 pounds from it.
That is awesome. Okay, so in the top right-hand corner, that is your husband.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So what is the time span for him then as well? And he was a system, I'm assuming too?
Well, it was some of the system.
It was some of the system, but mainly.
Awesome, New You. I think New You is, I'm gonna kind of speak for myself, I don't know if I'm gonna speak for everybody here. I think this is a forgotten, amazing product that we have. About this product enough, I think some people are maybe scared of it. So I would kind of do yourself a little bit of a favor and kind of look into New You a little bit. I think this is one that we don't recognize enough. So that was mainly New You then there?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So what was your results with that then?
Not really a whole lot of like losing weight because it's replaced with a lot
Right.
more muscle, but I just saw a lot more. I kind of let myself go. I gained the pregnancy weight too. So, and I just had no drive to do anything. And then finally it was just like breaking point. And then Beautiful Life, like, I'll start taking this. I started taking New You. And I'd work out like 3 to 5 times a week. And it was like incredible the like amount of like energy I'd have during workout. I was like, felt like I was like, I don't know, it was pretty incredible.
That's awesome. I love hearing that. Okay, so let's go ahead and see her stretch mark cream before and after picture. This is a pretty awesome one too. Amazing, right? I don't think I really need to say a whole lot about it. Yeah, and for our big comments a lot. Right, so Courtney, right? Okay, making sure I got that right.
Is that 3 months too?
So the first picture, this was like 4 days after I had my son. I took that, and then that was 2 tubes later, and then I used Defying Jelly and Stretch Marker for the bottom one, and that was just this past month.
That is amazing. So amazing. So I'm sure you are like selling stretch mark cream like crazy now. For sure. All right, so what did you use?
Well, I had never heard of It Works before in my life until after I had my baby and I wasn't 100 pounds anymore. So I immediately, the first thing that I tried was the system. And I mean, I think I lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. And I actually was only able to be on it for about 34 days before I found out I was pregnant again. So, but the results I had in those 34 days were pretty dramatic, I think. And every single person that has signed with me since then has started with the system. Every single one of them. And that's like 4 products that they can't live without. So, and then adding on one here and one there, hair, skin, and nails, or stretch mark cream or something like that to kind of aid the process has been very beneficial for my volume.
I would imagine so on that, but I also want to point out, so you said the majority of your customers are buying the system now. Don't be afraid of that price tag because these customers are getting an amazing deal on all of these products for that price. So don't let that price tag scare you because I feel like we don't sell enough of the system because we're like, well, we don't want to just throw out that price to them. People are going to see amazing results in that, what, 10 pounds in 2 weeks, is that what you said? That's amazing. That is awesome. So how is your diet and exercise during that time too?
Well, I kind of fell off after I had my baby, but it was really great for me to remind myself of how I eat. I changed my diet to green food, nothing processed, reading labels, not stuffing the junk, because then I was thinking about it as I was telling people at the same time, you're doing the cleanse and you're doing the wraps and you're removing all that crap from your body. It's not going to work unless you put good stuff into it. And I preach that to everybody that I talk to. You need to get rid of all of the bad stuff and replace it with great nutrition. And I think that I didn't exercise, mind you, at all when I was on the system, but just the diet and just the removing the crap and just putting in the really, really great stuff was enough to get those good results.
Awesome. So how did you feel overall? Just
amazing.
Within this short amount of time.
Yeah, I felt really great. I felt the best that I felt in a long time. It didn't last very long because, but I can still take the greens and, that helps. But just my energy level, my focus, my attention, everything was 100 times better.
Awesome. I love it. So I also want to add on to what you said, just back up a little bit. So you didn't exercise, but you ate well. So that is something that I tell my customers all the time. In order for our products to do their part, you have to do your part. So if somebody is saying, oh, this isn't working for me, ask them what they're eating. Are you eating good, or are you just trying to do this and not have to do anything, not make any changes whatsoever? They have to do their part, and you have to do your part in order for our products to do their part. Do you have her picture?
I know.
It won't pull up. All right. Do you want to add any last little bit about it?
I think the biggest thing that even like I remind my people who are on the system is to drink water. It seems like such an easy thing to remember, but I got something called a Hydro Coach, and it measures how much water you intake, and you can go online and figure out how much you weigh and how much water you're really supposed to be drinking. I guarantee nobody's drinking the amount of water that they're supposed to be. I think the people that drink a lot of water and eat well get far better results than the people who just think they're having enough and not really monitoring it. So I encourage all my people to really monitor how much water you're drinking. That way you're really helping the process by removing all of the icky stuff.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Everybody give her a big round of applause. Now, also, if you don't have her before and after picture, whenever you get home tonight, would you mind posting on the event page? That way we can all look at it.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Okay, I have a question for all of you guys. I have a favorite product that I cannot, hands down, I cannot live without this product. How many of you love our greens? If I had to choose one product for the rest of my life to be on, it would be our greens. I am absolutely in love with them. And most of the time we're using them because we want that energy. We want to just feel better all around. So we're gonna switch the roles a little bit, and we're gonna see maybe a little bit of a different before and after picture of what our greens can do for us. So I'm gonna pass this over to Rebecca.
Yeah. Hello. Okay, you want to pull up first? Yeah, that's me, not a boy. Someone goes, that's not you, that's a boy. I was like, thanks, no, it's me. So I struggled personally from hormonal cystic acne really, really, really bad. And also stomach issues. I couldn't go to the bathroom for days. I was late. So here in this picture, right at the top, I actually had been on greens for a couple of weeks already. So it was bad. Didn't want to go out of the house. Actually was even causing some depression. I think the bad bacteria in our gut. So you can see, I mean, today I missed greens for a couple of days. It will actually start to come back. And like I said, I was on medication for years because of this. So I grew up in a pharmacy. My mom's a pharmacist, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, their answer to everything was take a pill for it. So I finally got to the point where I'm like, hey, I'm just masking this problem. So I was so grateful when I found the greens because they completely changed my life. Not just that, but obviously with the energy level and just getting the nutrients that we need that I wasn't getting every day. So I was obviously very acidic too. Yeah, so I'm off all medications because of the greens. So definitely my number one favorite product for sure.
Yeah. So tell me what this, having this here, what did this do for your business?
Not
just your business, but I mean your confidence in yourself. Though,
at the same time. Confidence, big time. I mean, when you feel like, we're, especially women, not that men don't feel that way too, but I didn't want to go out of the house a lot of days. I really didn't. And so yeah, now I like to get out and put my makeup on, not every day, but that's something to do with acne. You got the lips, girl. Put the lips in, I forget. My glasses, no. So yeah, it has definitely done a lot, and just I do share this, as often as I can because I think so many people struggle from acne and they don't know what to do, and then doctors want to put them on Accutane and all these other things that are so not good for them. So yeah, it's definitely helped my business through the years because this is actually over 2 years ago. So I've been with it. It was 3 years in April. So I've got a few testimonies.
Let's go ahead and share another testimony.
Sure. You guys were just talking about. I was one, even though I was in the business, that I didn't. Okay, I had a baby too. She's 19 months old. So after I had her, and I'm going to be 40 this coming week. So
She doesn't look it, does she?
Yeah. Great skincare. No. So, I had to work a little bit harder with getting the weight off with my third child. So I kind of came to a standstill when she was about 6 months old. And I'd lose a couple and I gain it back and I'd lose a couple. And I was taking products, but again, I wasn't eating all that well at the time. I was crazy new mom again. I have a 20-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a new baby. And then of course a business that I run from home. So I just did not follow the rules that I was teaching other people, to be honest. So not drinking enough water, drinking soda. So really I did not work out either. So this last year I have lost 25 pounds. I'm still working on it. So it may not sound like a lot for a year, but I'm really proud of myself. So, you can see there, that was last year. And both times we're in Florida at green carpet. So that 25 pounds, and what I did was I did drink more water. Now, I'm not going to say I ate completely clean because that would be a lie, but I did take fat fighters, and I really did try to clean it up the best I could. I ate more fresh vegetables, I ate fish and chicken and things like that. So, but I didn't really work out. That was another issue. I would do it for a couple days and then I'd stop. So that's changing tomorrow. I'm getting a membership at the gym. We're gonna get this other 25 off faster, okay?
So what products specifically did you use in this picture?
Always greens. I take greens probably 2 or 3 times a day. Love my greens. I obviously wrapped throughout, the year. I've always been wrapping. That's not an ongoing thing. I am not a ThermoFit fan for myself personally, so I do the Vitals. ThermoFit just didn't work for me, and that was also, I don't want to really get into all that, but I think that was probably part of my problem too. I was just one person, I didn't lose weight on it, so I did the Vitals, love the Vitals. Obviously I took fat fighters, and I will say, this is what made a difference, the cleanse, you guys. The last 6 weeks, or to 2 months, I lost 10 pounds, and I cleansed 3 times. So, and I drank more water. So I really think the cleanse really helped kind of speed that weight loss up. Got me over that hump.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Everyone give her a break. I'm going to come on over here. I'm going to turn this a little bit so they can see us. There we go. All righty. Miss Ashley, go ahead and tell us what you used.
Question is what it is not.
Yeah.
I am a new mom for the 3rd time, and I just had a baby boy 11 weeks ago. I can't believe it's that fast. And I started using products for like 2 weeks after he was born. I started using wraps as soon as I possibly could. Greens, I literally delivered him, and I had my greens ready to go. And I couldn't use greens while I was pregnant. I'm a high-risk person, and my doctor advised me against it for my shots. So for 9 long months, I was not on my greens, which about damn near. So when I say I delivered him, I literally had my greens ASAP, and I felt so good. And then I decided probably about so I started using the products consistently 2 weeks after he was born. So I guess he was about 8 weeks old, and I decided to try the cleanse. So I'm also nursing, so I was really, really hesitant on what stuff I was going to use. I didn't want to screw anything up, so I kind of gambled and decided to do the cleanse. It didn't do anything to my supply or anything, and I had the most amazing results from it. I'm addicted to this thing, and I'm going to do it again this week. I'm so excited. And it was definitely one of those things that helped, I guess, just aid in the results I was, and I'm not exercising. I'm eating as best as I can, but I'm still not, I don't really have, I'm sorry, but I really don't have time to go to the gym right now. You got promotions going on. So really the cleanse, I mean, guys, you need just an extra little push, a little extra oomph, do the cleanse. Yeah, greens, cleanse. Oh, yes, holy crap, probiotic, guys. Yes, thank you, Alicia. So the probiotic, as soon as it came out, I decided that's going on the auto ship.
And I did not know that I needed it until I started taking it. So I highly suggest if anybody has even just 5 pounds left to lose, if you need help in your tummy and the greens just aren't doing all of it, take it. Like it got me down 2 pounds in a week. Yeah, it was like the missing link of what I needed in my regimen.
All right, let's see that before and after picture. How amazing is this? Yeah, let's give her a big round of applause for that.
Holy shit, I look awful.
All right, so this is over 12-week time span. Okay.
This is
Like 10, because
10.
3 weeks after you first.
Yeah, so 10. Okay.
Okay.
So tell me the difference in how you felt being that before person and then how you feel today as the after person. How do you feel?
Well, obviously a C-section will do a number on your body. Delivery in general is really, really rough. This is my first C-section, so I have 3 babies. It's my first one. And I was feeling really awful. Like, not just physically from the surgery, but just mentally. And I was down. And, yeah, I can tell. The middle picture was before I did my cleanse. So that's why I included that one. I have pictures tracking the entire weight loss journey. So that was 2 weeks. That was about, what did I say, 7 weeks, 6 weeks. And then that was today. So how I feel is that I fit into last summer. So that makes me really good. I can't say that I haven't been buying new clothes, because I have, but but I love that I'm able to wear pants that I was wearing last summer. Like, that was a big goal for me, because I love those pants. I want to be able to fit into them. So yeah, I feel great. Being a mom of 3 and running 2 businesses, like, it takes a toll on you some days, but just being able to have the energy and feel good about yourself, that is everything.
All right, what did this do for your business?
What did it do for my, oh goodness, awesome things. She said, get over yourself and just post it. Do that. If you have it before and after and you're nervous to post it, I was texting them like, I'm really, really nervous to post my belly on Facebook to thousands of people, but I did it and the response was amazing. I mean, just having put it out there, like, you're gonna get something good back. And I have, numerous people coming to me, loyal customers, even distributors, like, they're like, okay, we're ready. Like, these products are legit. Like, you're actually getting results. So, yeah, just use the products and post them.
Awesome. Everybody give her a big round of applause. I want to see evidence for yourself. All 4 of us, a big round of applause. Okay, so I want to bring up a little something that was said at Green Carpet, and it was said by Ambassador Diamond Kim Touchton. And she said, if these products aren't changing your life, then the business is going to change your life as well. So you have to find the love for these products. And if you aren't using them, you need to. So I'm going to give you one last tip for that. Turn on your auto shipment if you don't already have it on. Add 2 to 3 products and just find 2 to 3 products that you love. And I guarantee you, you're going to sell more out of these products than any other products that we have to offer. My top seller is greens, because I can talk to anybody about greens, and I'm a firm believer that every single person in this room should be on greens every single day. Men, women, kids, you name it. I think everybody should be on it. So that is my tip for you. And I'm going to let each of you have the mic one more time. You can give a tip about the products. You can give a tip about the business. You name it. I'm just going to let you talk real quick.
So I'm going to give a tip about the greens, because she just kind of reminded me when she said everybody should be on it. My son is going to turn 1 on Friday, and I was switching him from formula to milk, and any mom that knows, that when they've done that, it can mess with their digestive system a lot and make them constipated. He was not going to the bathroom for like 2 or 3 days, and then some days it would go even longer. I was gonna call his pediatrician and ask, and then I was like, no, I'm just gonna do it. I gave him the greens, and he went to the bathroom, and he acted completely different, even just as a little kid on it. Whenever I take the greens daily still, but I was a big soda drinker, and I was drinking like multiple 32 ounces a day, and I started those in February. That in 6 months the other day, so it really helps great.
I think what Chrissy said earlier about not being scared of the price tag of the system is a huge thing, because it is a great value, and if you want your customers to get the best results and stick with you, the system is the way to go. And I think it's all about your confidence and how you deliver it and how you're just telling them this is what you need to get where you want to be. So don't be afraid of the price tag, because I mean, like I said, that's 4 products that they can't live without to maintain the results. So
I would say, Alicia said earlier, we have something amazing in our hands. And when she says that, I don't think it's just one thing, right? I think of the products, obviously, because the products have changed my life, and that's totally huge. What Chrissy said, run your auto ship. You have got to be a product of this product if you're going to share. I can't share anything I'm not passionate about. So fall in love with those products. Obviously, financially, like I've been with the company for 3 years. It took me a year to go diamond, it took me 2 years to go double, and it took me 3 years to go triple. And like they were talking on the last panel, have I had hardships? Life happens, guys. You know, I've gone through a ton of different things in my life and in this business. I've grown so much, and I made a decision, no matter what happens, I'm not going to quit, okay? So just don't quit. Keep going. Life happens. So, and then obviously the friendships. Like, I mean, I'm so grateful for my It Works family. Sidelines, Alicia and all you guys welcoming us in, and just everything. So just keep going.
Just keep switching it. My tip is excitement. You guys need to be excited about these products. You need to be excited about this business. I can tell you, I have sold more products in the last few months that I've been actually consistently using them. It's because I'm excited. I'm getting results. I'm excited about the way I feel, the way I look, and it's just getting better and better and better, and people can feed off that. They can feel it, and they want to be a part of it too. So be excited.
Thank you, ladies, so much. All right, one last time, give them a big round of applause for coming up here and showing their bellies and everything else. Pass the mic over.
Okay, Erica, Ash, Jessica, Sonia, Rebecca.
Oh my goodness. I should have sat in a better seat. I'm so really sorry.
Oh, here, you sit down. I said, seriously, let me show you.
There's one last. Okay. Who wants to hear some tips from the top? Yeah. I have 2 presidentials with me, 2 doubles, a triple. No, 2 triples. Yeah. So we're going to offer you guys some tips on how to be successful, what's kind of helped us push along through our journey. We're going to offer maybe some recent aha moments that we've had in the business, and just kind of share a little bit, to you guys. So, Sonia, I'll let you go first.
We talked about plugging in earlier. I think too, feeding yourself. You need to be full to be able to pour into other people. So make sure that you're training. Make sure, I have found so many amazing YouTube videos and things like that, but just make sure that's not all that you're doing. But know your products, know the business, pour into yourself just with self-development. If I'm driving in my car, there's a book on. There's an audio book of some type, and even if I'm cleaning my house or doing something else and I might not be able to fully pay attention, there's a book going in the background, so it's just like feeding me. For me personally, I have to have that to be able to pour into my business, pour into my family,
family, for my team. So make sure you're taking care of yourselves and pouring into yourselves.
Perfect.
Okay, we all in here probably drive, right? Everybody drive? Okay. My husband's a horrible driver. And, he likes to gawk. He likes to gawk. So whenever he's like checking, make sure there's not any deer in the field over there, or.
As he's looking out the window in the very back.
Yeah, no, it's
not
serious.
the rear view, not that back windshield, but
Yeah, he's
third row window.
he's a horrible driver, okay? When he gawks, when he looks over in the field, his car and his hand's going that way too. And I'm like, dude, are we gonna drive off the side of the road here? Okay, I relate this to our business because we can very, very easily veer off the side of the road. Whenever we're paying attention to what's going on to the left or what's going on to the right, what she's doing with her business, what she's doing with her business, or we're looking behind what's happened in the past, we're not concentrating on what's in front of us. We know what's in front of us. We know what the finish line is. Whether it's you being an ambassador, whether it's you being a diamond, whatever your goal is, that's your finish line. But if we become so focused on what's happening outside of what's ahead of us, if we're focusing on what's left and what's right, we're gonna veer off the side of the road, you're gonna crash and burn, and you're gonna wanna quit. But if we stay so focused on what's ahead of us, on what this finish line is, we're still gonna hit the speed bumps, we're still gonna have the hurdles, but we're just so much more focused. So what I'm saying is don't compare yourself to what somebody else is doing. Don't get so focused on trying to recreate another leader in the business. Find what works for you. Find your niche and run with it. Okay, if somebody's working their business on Instagram and you're like, holy cow, she's rocking the business, I'm gonna switch over to Instagram. And you suck at it. And you're like, okay, no, that didn't work, so I'm gonna quit. Okay, if you see somebody working their business on Facebook and they're like, oh my God, she's rocking and working it on Facebook, I'm gonna rock it, or I'm gonna try this. And you just can't do it. Or you see somebody rocking it out with parties. Whatever it might be, just find what works for you and just run with it. Okay? That's a tip.
I get to follow you. All right, so I actually wrote some notes down because when I get up here, I lose my brain. So, and this is already talked about, but just being passionate. If you are not passionate about the products or this business, then you're not going to get very far. People see that and they're attracted to that, both business and product wise. So if you're not using the products, I really don't know what you're doing. Just to be honest. So find a product that you love, or 2 or 3 or 10, and just get excited about it and share that excitement. That is what it's all about. The next thing I want to say is network marketing is all a numbers game, you guys. So if you have a goal and you're wondering what you need to do to get there, it's just talk to more people. The people at the top, they've talked to more people than you have. So don't sit there and wonder what you have to do, just talk to more people. It's a matter of how you do that, whether it's social media or blitzing or partying, you gotta find what works for you, but figure that out and just run with it and talk to as many people as you can, because that's all it's about. This was already talked about, but plugging in is so huge. Even us, leaders, we need to plug in. We need to be around people that light our fire, because we still need our fire lit every now and again. But yeah, just plug in any way you can. Calls, Zooms, meetings, do it all. And then I wanted to say, always be building. I can tell you that I have 2 people left from my double diamond chart out of the whole chart, and one of them is my husband, and the other one's my sister. So you have to, if I would have got to double diamond and just kind of hung out and tried to manage people, I would have not promoted ever after that. So you can't wait on people. You always be building. That's just network marketing. People are going to come and go, and you have to know that going into it. You know, so you might become close with someone and they might end up walking away for whatever reason. No, it might happen and be okay with that and just keep going. And then the last thing is just believing in yourself. If you don't believe that you can be a diamond, you're not going to be a diamond. So the power of the tongue and what you say to yourself every day is very, very important. So tell yourself every day that you're a diamond or a double or triple or whatever you're going for, and you'll get there. Just put the work in.
I have a few notes as well. Okay, so I've been doing a lot of reflection lately on this business and my journey, and I've been kind of communicating with my husband about where I'm at, and he made a really good point the other day. He's like, Ashley, this business, like 100% of it is your mindset, all of it. It's deciding that you're going to stick with it no matter what. It's deciding that you're all in, and it's a battle of the wills. I mean, I am constantly going back and forth of, okay, I'm going to quit. No, I'm not going to quit. I can do this. I can do this. And you have to, it's the strength of your mind. It's deciding that this is no matter what, you're going to be in this and you're not going to go anywhere. And I just decided, like, I don't care what happens. I don't care if somebody leaves me. I don't care if it's just me standing there at the end of the day. I'm not going to quit. Not going to quit. And it's all a mind. It's literally a mind game. This whole business is a mind game, if you haven't already noticed. So just know that you're worthy of this. Know that you can do this. And yeah. I'm a team on that. Okay, this is a good one. If there's a will, there is a way. I have become, it's just so interesting, like your development as a person through the course of this business. I'm more of a yellow personality. I'm very like nurturing and caring and towards the people that are on my team. And not to say that I'm not still, but I have definitely toughened up and I have become a more of a no excuses kind of person. And that's for myself too, like not just for the people on my team, but for myself. I have become no excuses, Ashley, you need to do this today. Like at the end of the day, this needs to get done and you need to make it happen. So if there's a will, if there's a way. Like if it's important to you, you will make the sacrifice. You will make it happen no matter what. I'm telling you that right now. I went from, I think executive to double diamond in less than 6 months. So I'm telling you, like it was a mind game. It was like, no, you can't do this, and if there's a will, there's a way.
Perfect. All right, mine's gonna be short, sweet, and to the point. You will never ever regret working hard, but you will regret not working hard enough. So, let's see, what's today, the 7th of the month? Yeah. Are you proud of your first 7 days of this month? Can you look back and say that you've done everything that you could to grow your business in these first 7 days of the month? Or do you feel like you should have worked harder? Because I promise you, whenever August 31st rolls around and you gave this everything that you have, you are not going to regret it. That time is going to pass and there's going to be no regrets there. Otherwise, you're going to regret that you didn't work this business like you should have, and then all of a sudden we're going into round 9 and you're wondering where this year went. So work this business like somebody's trying to take work your 24 hours a day like somebody's trying to take them from you. Because you don't want any regrets at the end of the month. You don't want any regrets at the end of the year. You want to know in your heart that you did everything you could to make these promotions happen for yourself, your family, your team, everyone around you. Don't regret not working hard enough. So that's all I got.
I'm going to piggyback off of Alicia a little bit. Comparison is the thief of joy, right? So I know in my business in the 3 years, you would see people go really fast. And I'd be like, oh, gosh, what is wrong with me? Like, why am I not going that fast? You know, it took me a year to do this, it took me a year to do that. And so I would be really hard on myself. And I know when I did that, like, I was just in a wrong mindset, you know, and I had no joy and it affected my business. I was feeling sorry for myself. So just don't compare yourself to anyone. And I feel like we all have a story and it's to share with people for a reason. And when I look back on my story, I'm like, you know what? I'm not a quitter. And I'm gonna share that, and there's I mean, really though, because I think sometimes I think Krista and I were we were in Florida and the same guy, she's like, yeah, I went ambassador in like 5 days. We're like, really? What'd you do? We wanted all of her tips, but I mean, it's just don't compare yourself and just keep feeding yourself, keep growing. Like Sonia said, I mean, we've been really big on that, and just you're gonna grow, and every day I feel like I become a better person, or at least I try to be. And so, yeah, just don't compare yourself.
These are also good. So I'm gonna steal like a little bit of all of them and claim it for my own. I'm so smart. One of the things, so before and this is kind of an aha and a tip all at the same time. So raise your hand if you have never done network marketing before. Raise your hand if you have no idea what network marketing even is. Yeah. Okay. So that was me. So I had a moment today. I was just at the bridal convention, which is downtown. My sister's getting married. I was just there today. And we're walking around booth to booth, and I see an It Works booth. So of course I go up there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, hi guys. I have no idea. I know they were on my team, and kind of saying, how's it going? And they're like, I mean, it's good. It's like, I mean, it's kind of slow, but it's good. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, you know what though? Just keep going, because I think there's more people coming in. We're here early. I'm staying excited for them. And I said, who's going for the high five bonus? Anyone able to get it here? And there was 3 people. And they're all like, well, I mean, we're really far off. I don't know. I'm really far from it. And I'm like, well, what are you? 2 were ruby, 1 was an emerald. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, ladies, you're getting this. And they kind of got excited a little bit. And I was like, just stay excited. No one knows, what rank you are, anything like that. Who are walking around here. You be an ambassador right now and talk to them like you're an ambassador, and you will be an ambassador. But one of the things that kind of stuck out to me is as I walked away, I saw their table there, and I saw Men's Warehouse table. Okay, so it was right next to it. Okay, and they were all working for a boss, and they were excited, and they were going because their boss was right there, and you could tell they were definitely I'm loving it. I'm so good. But you could tell that they were working hard because someone was watching them. And I thought to myself, I'm like, why are they not working like that? Because they're their own boss. So in network marketing, I think what gets lost in the fact of it all is sometimes, I'm back. Sometimes I think what gets lost is that we don't have someone telling us what to do. We've had teachers all of our lives. We never thought we were going to own our own business, or maybe we dreamed of that, but we didn't realize that it's not as glamorous as it sounds. So know this, in network marketing, you are your own boss. So work like someone else is watching you until you're confident in your bosshood, I guess you could say. But that was a big eye-opener. I was like, they make their own paychecks, and someone's paying them hourly to be here. And they had to be here. I had something else. Oh, my last thing, and I promise I'm making this real quick. And it kind of goes off of what everyone was saying. Decide today what you're going to be on the end of this month. Every month that I promoted was the month that I decided on the first, I'm doing it. I mean, Alicia, the month I went the month I went triple, I cried my eyes out because I didn't go triple the month before. But I never really decided I was going triple. And I had that moment, and it was April 30th. I had that moment, and I cried my eyes out. And May 1st, I woke up mad at the world, ready to go, upset with myself in a sense that why didn't I work harder last month? But I didn't let that guilt get to me enough that it kept me from working in May. And I'm telling you, I needed 20 distributors and 15,000 in volume to go triple that month. I went triple that month. Same thing happened when I went presidential. I decided on July 1st, I'm going presidential this month. And I even remember on the 25th of the month, I was like, we're still 10,000 in volume and 10 distributors away, but we're doing it. I don't know how. I'm not going to figure that out right now. I'm just going to tell myself every day. So you have to, right now, decide what you're doing this month. If you want that high five bonus, then why is it not yours? Take it. It's yours. Okay? There's no one who's unworthy of having that. You hear stories, executive to double in 6 months, emerald to double diamond in 1 month. You can do this, guys. You can do this. You just have to decide it. And none of us leaders can give you I can't loan you my confidence. can't loan you that. I can't loan you my belief in you. We can't loan that to you. You have to find that. And you have to decide that you're doing it now. And it will happen.
One more thing I wanted to add is, guys, work this business with a sense of urgency. Work this month with a sense of urgency. Success loves speed, okay? But also know that success loves somebody that will never give up. Do not give up, okay? Because no matter what, if you don't give up, you're going to be an ambassador one day. Don't give up. Okay, we have 10 minutes. I will take a few questions. I have, like I said, a couple presidentials, triples, doubles up here. Does anybody have any questions for us up here? Anybody?
I have a question.
Yes.
It's not necessarily how did you get there, but so my battle has been my spouse. He hasn't been, not that he hasn't been supportive, but he's not interested. He's recently taken interest and even agreed to let me sign him up. So he's as a distributor, he's already loyal. He's tried a few products. I know that there's like a way to turn off the e-suite and you just work it off. How exactly do you go about that, and what are the benefits, and like what's your downfalls when you sign up your spouse and they're not going to work it?
Okay. There's, yeah, I mean, you're getting
My husband doesn't.
double the
he's a
paycheck.
double.
Right, obviously, that's the benefit.
Yeah, so, you're just gonna have to do double the work though. I mean, I have myself, I have my 2.0, and I have my spouse all signed up. So I technically have 3 spots in which I'm working. As you know, you're working both. So does anybody have any tips that they want to offer to her?
You're always going to be building, so you might as well build your spouse.
Right, might as well get that double paycheck if you can. If you can double dip, do it.
Yeah, I'm presidential, my husband's triple. So if you
I'm
can
gonna
start
be
it,
diamond, and I'm pushing him to Ruby this month.
Yeah.
That's the plan, so.
the sooner you start it, the better you're going to be.
I've said this before, and this is last year. The only thing I regret in this business is that I didn't sign Nick up as my first distributor. It's the only thing I regret. I wish I would have, and I didn't sign him up till after I was double diamond.
And he doesn't have to do anything.
That's a
My
very
big
big
miss,
business.
he's totally not going to.
And I
just started
He's
building
in my
it.
mask. Waiting for him to figure out how to run his auto shipment. So, but we're getting there. He did. He's like, "Babe, can you just check it to make sure I ran my auto
I
shipment?"
get an email forwarded to me, like nothing said or anything, it's just forward here.
I get that too.
And that's
Random
okay.
emails from my husband that show up, oh.
It must be.
It is an auto ship reminder.
Yeah.
Did that help a little?
Yeah.
Start
And then
building.
also, I have one more question. For him to go Ruby, when you sign up, you're automatically commission qualified for the month you sign up, right? So I don't have to run his auto shipment if I can't squeeze it this month?
What's his month that you joined?
Did he join? He didn't yet. He's-
So
I'm
you don't
signing
need to
up
run it
tomorrow
this
or-
month.
So yeah, you would not need an auto ship this month. Because if he signs tomorrow, he's commission qualified for this month.
Okay.
And can I add something to that, Alicia?
Yeah.
And then you can turn it off, like at this point, you should be giving all your loyal customers
Yes.
to him or
Right.
someone else, as long as you're running your auto ship, you'll give everything to him or you give it to us.
I'm a firm believer that we should rely on auto ships. ABD is the law. Your husband, I say it's fine to turn his auto ship off. You can do 150 PPP, just make sure you're well above it.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Lou?
Basically, as far as like tips are concerned, you're starting off a conversation. Any pointers on how to start this conversation? Or like if they're big skeptics, like my 19-year-old son, oh my gosh. He's a very big skeptic and I'm trying to like, but he did everything. Like
Who in here was a skeptic?
Yeah.
I mean, our job isn't to convince them, okay? With the son, I think main thing is just to have them see and to believe that way. But I think outside of that, our number one job is to create as many friends as we can. You make the most friends in this business and you're the most successful. So when you're doing that and you're adding to your friends list on Facebook and you're adding people that way, they still might be a skeptic, but the more they're there, the more they're gonna see, the more they're gonna believe.
I read in the magazine, I think it was that the lady that actually introduced the wraps to the owners of the company, her daughter was a skeptic and her mom had been.
I've heard, I mean, really, the biggest skeptics make the best distributors.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're gonna find them. We are a society where if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. And let's be honest, everything about us sounds too good to be true. So, just embrace it. There was another hand.
Have you noticed any difference between the season, like summer and winter, versus getting wraps on?
I've been in the business for over 5 years, and I have seen winters be slow, I've seen summers be slow, I've seen spring be slow, it does not matter. Honestly, I've seen all seasons 5 different times.
It matters on me, it matters what I'm doing.
Yeah,
It
it
totally
totally does.
It doesn't matter what
If you
season
don't
it
believe
is.
there's a slow season, there won't be a slow season.
I firmly believe that.
Yeah, my December of last year was higher than my February of this year. Does
You
that
both
make
pretty
sense?
excited.
And October of last year was one of my highest months. But I went presidential in July, so it wasn't like it was promotion time, so it doesn't have a rhyme or reason. So,
I really think it's what we do. We set the pace. The leader sets the pace for the team, and I think that's how it goes.
Yeah, if you tell yourself that it's all fall time is slow, then you're putting that in your mind already, so then the fall is gonna be slow. It's like, don't ever like have that in the forefront of your mind.
I'll tell you, this is the best August that I've felt since probably my first year in the business. Like, it feels like a normal, like January or February or March. So I think it all just starts up here. Good question.
Well, I did jewelry for so long, and we did like 60% of our business in the fall season, so we did have that mindset. It's like, oh, the summer. So I was just wondering if people were like that with health and wellness and put the wraps on in the winter. That I can totally see it being a mindset thing as well.
Really? 'Cause I buy jewelry all year round. I don't discriminate on a season for jewelry.
That into our minds that, I guess, gift giving and things like that.
I think corporate also has our backs. We are, one of the biggest things that we've concentrated on this year is that we're changing the graph. So where people get the mindset that fall is slow, where our focus is, we're changing the graph. So we're not gonna have that slow season that everybody thinks that we have in fall. So what we're doing and what they've done thus far is we're introducing new products all throughout the year. We're introducing the new promotions all throughout the year, which is gonna keep our business booming throughout every season.
Right, and they're health and wellness products, they're consumable, we use them daily, so we should never have a slow time, really. No. So.
Yes. One more question.
What are your thoughts on cold messaging?
I
Especially when you're
think-
trying to like push towards like a big.
Who wants to take this?
I think you need to earn the right to message, personally.
Yeah, and I personally, you can pretty quickly make it not a cold message.
Yeah.
Make the person your friend. I mean, you don't have to be like besties, but if you compliment somebody that just goes so far. So you can quickly strike up a little relationship with somebody. And that's even like blitzing out. And, if you're standing, I'm not one personally I know several people have success with it, but I'm not one just to walk up to somebody and say, here's a coupon and like walk away. But if I'm in the store and I'm like, the person has a screaming hit their card, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have one of those too. And I'll just start talking. I'm like, you know what? Can I give you my coupon? So even just that like 20-second quick, a little bit of relationship. But online, you can build that too. And then it's not a cold message. It instantly turns into a warm message.
I think it was abused. Was you gonna say that? I think that so many people took it and abused cold messaging, and it turned a lot of people away from us as a whole, as a unit. And I don't want people to get the wrong idea whenever they're being blasted. We as leaders, as an ambassador, as all of us up here, we are getting cold messages from distributors asking if we want to be a product tester. I mean, do your research, go to their page, at least make sure they're not a networks distributor. So I think there's a right and a wrong way to do it.
The last girl who cold messaged me and asked me if I'd heard that crazy rap thing, I literally sent her a belly picture. I was like, yep. Got it right on now.
I think everybody has a different message or a different definition of cold messaging too. So I think you can turn someone from your cold market into your warm market just by the relationship you created with them through just your liking and commenting on each other's pictures. So I can message somebody like that and I don't consider that a cold message because we've already created that relationship there. Now, I'm not gonna message somebody and be like, hey, I need a product tester I'm promoting this month. Would you like to try something 40% off? I've never, ever sent that in a message and I never will, just because I think that's spamming people. I am a firm believer of create relationships. If you're creating relationships, you've earned your right to message that person then.
Okay. Guys, we are 2 minutes out before we're gonna get kicked out of this joint. So thank you guys all for coming. Yes, thank you all to everybody who donated to our Alley's Art Drive. It is for such an amazing cause, and I'm really excited to take all of the art supplies to Allie and share them with her. I know she's gonna be really excited. So thank you guys all. Let's do a big group picture and then we'll